州BR 法推進委員会
Hi, I'm Red Schuster, and I'm here to talk to you about Bosnia. Bosnia is a country with a very rigid past, but also a very bright future. Before 1992, Bosnia was a part of Yugoslavia. With constant fighting and conflicts between religious groups, it's no wonder why Bosnia would want its independence. Of February 1992, it got just that. Because thick forests cover almost 50% of the land, agriculture, mining, and timber are the most important economic contributors. For more on Bosnia, our reporter in the field, Evan Wagner, has a story. Evan.
What area of Bosnia did you live in?
I'm from Sarajevo, the capital city of Bosnia.
What area was the worst violence-wise?
Definitely Srebrenica, because there were the most casualties there and there was the most fighting there, and that happened around 1995.
What is your religion?
I'm Muslim.
What were the other religions in Bosnia, and was there fighting between them?
Definitely. That was one of the big causes of the war. Aside from Muslim people, there's Orthodox Christian, Catholics, and a select group of Jews.
What is your fondest and saddest memory of Bosnia?
My fondest memory is definitely my family, because still, like, on my mom's side of the family, they're still back there. And definitely the food, because it's different.
Yeah.
And my saddest memory is probably just leaving and not being able to see my family every year.
Okay. Could you tell the internal conflicts between different religions in Bosnia?
Yeah, like I said, that was probably one of the biggest causes of the war. And there's definitely still tension even after the war between the different religious groups.
When did you leave Bosnia, or what was the final straw that caused you to leave?
We left at the beginning of the war, which was in 1992. And my mom wanted to leave because it wasn't safe, and she wanted me to have better opportunities, so that's when we left to Germany.
Okay. Was there a lot of red tape you had to pass before you could leave?
Well, we were one of the very last families to get a bus ticket to Germany, because after that they wouldn't let anyone leave for about a year.
Okay. It's pretty lucky then, huh? Mm-hmm. Did you lose any family during the war?
My mom's brother was killed in the war. He was in his 40s, and he was shot on his way to get bread.
Alright, well, thank you for the interview. It's cool interviewing you. In the Republic of Bosnia and Herzegovina, conflict between the three main ethnic groups, the Serbs, Croats, and the Muslims, resulted in genocide committed by the Serbs against the Muslims in Bosnia. Bosnia is one of the several small countries that emerged from the breakups of Yugoslavia, a multicultural country created after World War I by the victorious Western Allies. Yugoslavia was composed of ethnic and religious groups that had not been historical rivals, even bitter enemies, including the Serbs, Croats, and ethnic Albanians. In April 1992, the U.S. and European community chose to recognize the independence of Bosnia, a mostly Muslim country where the Serb minority made up 32% of the population. Milosevic responded to Bosnia's declaration of independence by attacking Sarajevo, its capital city, best known for hosting the 1984 Winter Olympics. Sarajevo soon became known as a city where Serb snipers continually shot down helpless civilians in the streets, including, eventually, over 3,500 children. Bosnian Muslims were helplessly outgunned. As the Serbs gained ground, they began to systematically round up local Muslims in scenes eerily similar to those that had occurred under the Nazis during World War II, including mass shootings, forced repopulation of entire towns, and confinement in makeshift concentration camps for men and boys. The Serbs also terrorized Muslim families into fleeing their villages by using rape as a weapon against women and girls. The actions of the Serbs were labeled as ethnic cleansing, the name which quickly took hold among the international media. On February 6, 1994, the world's attention turned completely to Bosnia as a marketplace in Sarajevo was struck by a Serb mortar shell, killing 68 persons and wounding nearly 200. Sights and sounds of the bloody carnage were broadcast globally by the international news and media, and soon resulted in calls for military intervention against the Serbs. As I lay here in this very uncomfortable hammock, I ponder about what we've learned, its terrible past, and hopefully bright future. All I know is that Bosnia could be a pretty good country. All it needs is a little help from the U.S. and other European nations, and it could be very, very good. Freeze down. Freestyle! Dream we both, I believe we can make it through the night. Freestyle! And then they wow. Free.